Hi, Tony Celzo here. I got a special treat for the line. You know, old friend, I kind of tracked down on LinkedIn, the power of LinkedIn. I've been telling everybody the power of LinkedIn, right? Will Hardison has started a company in marketing automation called Fanbase. And he's helping small businesses really understand how to build and remarket to your fans. And one of the things that we just talked before we got on the show is email is not dead. Now it is, and now Will, I'm a little older than you, but when I started doing email marketing, people used to thank us for spamming us, right? So that's not, it's no longer there anymore. But when you're talking to clients, how many of them think that email doesn't work anymore? How much education do you have on the front end?
I'd say a majority of them think email is dead, and really, I mean, with this whole push of social and got to be on Twitter and Facebook and all that, which is great. It takes a little bit more time to do all those things, and the ROI is a little bit lower. But man, every time we send an email out, a campaign out for a client, I mean, it just crushes it. I mean, 30-40% open rates on some targeted emails, generating thousands of dollars in revenue for a client.
Well, and it's you know, the value of that content has gone up, right? I mean, you have to create content that matters, and you've got to build until that relationship with your customer. But yes, it's probably never going to go to where it used to be back in the early 2000s, right? But it's still the most cost-effective way to connect with your client base. And it's just not as good as it used to be. And I think that's kind of what people got to get over. All these mediums that are out there are hot, but you're building Twitter's following or you're building Facebook's following. And this is your own asset. Is that kind of what you try to get them to understand?
Yeah, I mean, so the biggest thing that I tell people is, you know, they go, man, I've got a Facebook page. We've got 1,000 likes. And my next question is, what can you do with those likes? And they're like, I don't know. I can keep posting stuff and maybe people will keep hitting that little thumbs up. And I say, well, Facebook will never, ever let you export any of those people out to take with you. If Facebook shuts down tomorrow or Twitter or any of those things shut down tomorrow, you've got nothing tangible to take with you. And with an email list, it's always yours. You know, I mean, every system out there is going to let you export because you've put those people in. And yeah, I mean, you can take those people with you and you have something tangible and you can stay in front of them and man, it just works.
Yeah. It's the, you know, social is becoming the new spray and pray, right? I mean, it's like, you know, and advertisers used to just throw money at things and hit and hope. And what the name of your company really expresses is really getting your head around the cheapest, most cost-effective marketing you can do is remarketing to the people that have already bought and sold your product. And that's why you're really, with these small businesses like these yoga studios, which I know you guys have a great case study on, you're knocking the cover off the ball, showing them how to just keep selling to the existing customers by continuing to tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, so the old stat, I guess, is about 5 to 6 times greater to acquire a new customer than it is to sell to a current one. And you know, we've done that. I mean, we've gone in and we've proven that is 100% true. You know, and I think there's another stat out there: for every dollar you spend on email marketing, there's about 40 to 50 in return. And so the case study that you mentioned, like these small businesses, the yoga studios have high turnover in terms of their clients. People come in, they take a class, and for whatever reason, they don't come back for months and months, and sometimes never come back. So we actually started working with a yoga studio first of the year, and we set up these win-back campaigns where people hadn't been in for 6, 9, even a year ago, and we just did a soft offer of, hey, come back in, $20 for a week of unlimited yoga, $39 for unlimited for a month. And we did $1,500 in 4 weeks of people that I would consider were lost customers and clients, but they were, you know, willing the first time around to give them money to come in and do something with them. And so there's really no reason to go back and be like, hey, you tried it once, come try it again, instead of fishing for these random people out there that have never been in.
Now, Will, I want to change gears on you because I totally agree, and I think it's almost like preaching to the choir. You know, us going back and forth talking about remarketing. But one of the things that you're doing too at Fanbase is you're doing what I would call ass. You're not just giving people software as a service and letting them sit there and spin. You're helping them get real results out of that by wrapping some critical services around that. I know you're doing video and you're doing email and helping design the campaigns. Dude, don't you think that is where technology is going today? No longer can we be in this world where just handing people tools and hoping that they understand how to use them. That's where we've got to go as technology companies. Do you agree?
Yeah, and especially like for us, like I mean, we're not trying to raise money. You know, we make our own money by doing services for people and offering the product. I mean, I'm not going out trying to raise $100,000 and give away 10%, or you'll never really see me on Shark Tank or anything like that. And so we had to basically layer our system around, you know, kind of offering this white glove service and helping people. And kind of one thing we talked about is, man, the tool can be awesome and it can be the best tool out there, but if somebody doesn't necessarily have the skills or the knowledge of how to even like put together a good email campaign or whatever the tool may be, they're going to come back, and if they put a crappy campaign together, they're going to get crappy results, and then that's going to fall back, and they're going to say fan base or whatever service or whatever system didn't work for me, so I'm not going to keep using it. So, you know, for a couple $100, we help somebody get it together and actually train them of here's why you A/B test, here's why you do this, here's why you don't put 1,000 words in an email. You know, no one's going to read it. So we help them, you know, for the long term instead of just hoping and praying that they're going to get it right.
Nope. We got a minute left, and I just want to say to our viewers, anybody that's watching, if you're Main Street America and you're out there trying to grow a business, you're out there slugging it out, trying to acquire new customers, find a company like Fanbase, find a brilliant marketing team like Will's team that can help you stay in front of the customers you've already got. Sell more to the people that have already bought and watch your business grow. Will, what's one thing you want to change in everybody's mind that you sit down and talk to?
That email is not dead. Like, just like you said in the beginning, I think the biggest concern is, like I said, all this social media push, and people have gotten away from, they think, you know, people don't check email anymore. And I would guarantee you that 90% of the people that wake up in the morning and roll over and look at that smartphone go to their email first.
Amen. GrowFanbase.com. Will, thanks so much for being on the show, buddy.
Thanks, Tony.